Hello, Warhawks, and welcome to the Environmental Analysis Lab. My name is Terry Lancaster, and I'm the director. Today, we're going to take you on a brief tour of the lab and tell you a little bit about what we actually do. The lab was established in 1979, so we've been here a very long time. We have a small staff of 5 employees, also hire numerous student workers each semester. And with their hard work, we can process over 4,000 samples a year. The lab was granted accreditation for the analysis of non-potable water in 1998, and this uniquely qualifies us for the only Lee Lab accredited lab in Northeast Louisiana. Now let me introduce you to our lab manager, Renee Wade, and she can take you on the tour.
Hi, I'm Renee Wade, the lab manager at the Environmental Lab. Our first stop is the Water and Soil Lab. In this lab, we analyze soil samples that customers submit from their gardens, flower beds, and wildlife food plots. Through our testing of nutrient levels, we can make recommendations for adding fertilizer and lime to achieve conditions for optimal plant growth. Water is also analyzed in this lab for pH, conductivity, phosphates, nitrates, and nitrites. Our next area is our instrument room. This is a microwave, and we actually use this to digest samples for preparation to run minerals and metals. The other instruments in the room are ICPs, inductively coupled plasma spectrometers. With these instruments, we can test over 20 minerals and metals, some common ones like lead, copper, arsenic, calcium, and magnesium, and then some not so common ones like thallium and vanadium. Come along and let me show you where we analyze mercury. The lab has been testing mercury in fish samples for LDEQ for over 25 years. Samples are taken at various rivers, bayous, and lakes in Louisiana and brought to our lab for testing. Once the tissue samples are homogenized and digested, they are ready for the instrument. This is the instrument we use to analyze mercury. It's called a flow injection mercury system. In this lab, we extract oil and grease samples, analyze turbidity, sulfates, and cyanide. Our final area is a water lab where we test for BODs, solids, ammonia, color, and do cyanide digestion.
Although we provide analytical testing services to our community, another fundamental goal is to give our ULM students an opportunity to have a real-world experience in a professional laboratory setting. We can offer our student workers a guided learning experience with the student's education and preparation for future employment in mind. Here is Alexis Jones, a senior, who will be attending pharmacy school in the fall to tell you more about what she's learned from working in our lab.
Working in this lab has taught me analytical skills, including information and interpreting data, which will be very useful for me in pharmacy in a lab setting. I also have been taught independent thinking, resourcefulness, and how to present my ideas clearly in a written and oral forms. I also have been taught interpersonal skills, which will also help me build relationships with other workers and work in team settings. As well, I have learned soft skills such as time management, listening skills, and personal accountability, which is critical in any work environment. Lastly, what I have gained from working here is empathy, openness, accessibility, and the respect to be able to work with other people and also understand individual differences.
We hope to have a positive impact on our students at ULM. If any student, especially a science major, is interested in working with us, please get in touch with our lab manager, Mrs. Renee Wade, for more information.